At the break of dawn, an ethereal glow embraced the Sea of Galilee as the sun slowly rose. The camera soared over shimmering waters, revealing the gentle touch of early light. In that magical moment, the modern landscape transformed into an ancient realm. A lush hillside, dotted with wildflowers, emerged beneath a radiant sky. Thousands of men, women, and children gathered in silent anticipation, each carrying untold stories of hope and longing. Atop a rugged stone outcropping sat a solitary figure, Jesus of Nazareth, whose calm authority radiated warmth and compassion. His mere presence invited every soul to believe in a promise far beyond the confines of time. The hillside, acting as a natural amphitheater, seemed to hold its breath as past and present merged into one sacred instance. With every heartbeat, the promise of renewal pulsed, urging viewers to step beyond time's veil. History whispered through each stone and petal, drawing the audience into an unforgettable journey. The transformative sermon that would reshape hearts and destiny was about to unfold, and the invitation was clear. Witness a moment when divine truth first graced human life. The screen then revealed the title, Through the Veil of Time, AI-powered biblical journeys, setting the stage for a voyage where ancient miracles meet modern insight, inspiring each listener to rediscover a timeless call for transformation. In the heart of a vast land, first-century Galilee unfolded like a vibrant tapestry. Rolling hills dotted with wildflowers and olive groves stretched towards the shimmering Sea of Galilee. Along these ancient paths, quaint fishing villages thrived, their stone houses bathed in golden sunlight while quietly holding secrets of a bygone era. In the bustling streets of Capernaum, lively markets echoed with the clamor of daily life, where fishermen mended nets and merchants bartered, their lives intertwined with the pulse of trade. Roman influence was ever present, yet subtle, a silent reminder of a vast empire, while local customs and traditions reigned supreme. Archaeological relics revealed limestone dwellings and the foundations of ancient synagogues, concrete links between scripture and everyday existence. Beyond Capernaum, the landscape whispered tales of desert caravans and busy trade routes. Within this dynamic milieu, news of a humble teacher from Nazareth began to spread. With each step taken from Capernaum toward a mountainous embrace, the promise of change grew stronger. Every footfall resonated with the heartbeat of a people seeking hope, and every echo testified to a legacy that spanned both time and space. As the scene expanded, nature, history, and faith coalesced into an unforgettable backdrop. Here, every stone and every ripple upon the sea bore silent witness to a divine narrative, inviting all who wandered these lands to partake in a journey that transcended generations, offering history and mystery in every breath. Under the vast sky, the air pulsed with anticipation as history beckoned. Each moment whispered of miracles and enduring faith, inviting every wanderer to step into a realm where the souls of the past danced. On the ancient hillside, a myriad of souls converged, each step resonating with anticipation and silent determination. The crowd was as diverse as the land itself. Wealthy merchants with elegant garments and earnest gazes stood beside humble laborers whose calloused hands bore the marks of daily toil. In quiet corners, scribes and religious scholars observed, their eyes reflecting both skepticism and hope. Families huddled together, the tired and the hopeful merging in silent communion. Among them, even the marginalized, sick, broken, and those burdened by deep sorrow, found solace in the promise of healing. A weathered elder, his eyes filled with countless memories, and a young child brimming with the wonder of new beginnings moved slowly toward the gathering. The atmosphere brimmed with expectation as each heart yearned for renewal. The natural amphitheater of the hillside magnified every voice, from soft whispers to resounding exclamations, blending the realms of past and present. Faces told stories of loss, struggle, and resilience, each a personal journey toward a brighter horizon. The careful arrangement of humanity was not random, but orchestrated by a message that transcended social divides. Every gesture, every quiet smile contributed to a collective heartbeat echoing through the hills. In the silent flutter between breaths, every individual became a vibrant thread woven into the fabric of a shared destiny. The stage was perfectly set, with nature herself bearing witness as history, diverse and profound, gathered in this hallowed space. And as shadows lengthened, the collective anticipation deepened. painting every face with quiet radiance and urging all to become part of a legacy that would forever reshape hearts. Standing on the rugged hillside, the revered teacher began to unveil a series of blessings that would forever challenge the world's values. With deliberate calm, he pronounced, "Blessed are the poor in spirit," a message that illuminated the hidden strength found in humility. The words resonated deeply with the downtrodden, whose eyes now shimmered with the promise of spiritual wealth. As the blessing unfolded, vivid images of those burdened with sorrow, widows, orphans, and the bereaved, flashed vividly in the mind's eye, each face transformed by the hope of divine solace. Next came the proclamation, "Blessed are those who mourn," inviting the grieving to find comfort in the gentle embrace of compassion and renewal. With each beatitude spoken, the natural amphitheater of the hillside absorbed and amplified the power of the message. "Blessed are the meek" followed, a declaration that reversed the world's admiration for might and aggression, instead exalting the humble and gentle. In that moment, the hidden value of meekness ignited a quiet ember of confidence among those who had long felt invisible. Further, the teacher declared, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness," casting a vision of an unyielding pursuit for justice that stirred the hearts of seekers everywhere. The imagery evoked scenes of passionate souls, zealots and ordinary hearts alike, burning with an inner fire as they reached for a more just existence. With graceful fervor, he continued, "Blessed are the merciful, the pure in heart, and the peacemakers," each phrase intricately woven with divine compassion. Each blessing was more than a mere comfort. It was a revolutionary ideal that sought to overturn established norms and empower the downtrodden. His words painted a radical reordering of society, where true wealth was found not in power or riches, but in the purity of one's spirit. In that sacred recital, the ancient sermon evolved into a living manifesto, a guide to rebuilding lives and uplifting every soul burdened by despair. Each blessing shimmered with the promise of restoration, transforming sorrow into hope and igniting a revolution of the heart. On that ancient hillside, as every word echoed into eternity, it became clear that these blessings were both a call to action and an invitation to a future reimagined. In this profound moment of divine revelation, the gathered multitude felt the stirring of a new era, where hope and renewal promised to transform every life touched by grace. Hope prevailed eternally. Emerging from the profound Beatitudes, the teacher's voice shifted to reveal further revolutionary insights. He proclaimed, "You are the salt of the earth," a metaphor that called upon his followers to preserve goodness and curb decay in a world marred by corruption. The imagery of salt, essential yet unassuming, symbolized the vital role each individual played in flavoring life with truth and justice. He next declared, "You are the light of the world," urging his listeners to shine amidst darkness and guide others with clarity and hope. In a seamless transition, the teacher addressed the law, asserting that his purpose was not to abolish the ancient laws, but to fulfill their highest intent. He explained that true righteousness began within the heart, urging an inner transformation that started with controlling anger and cultivating purity. The teacher's words redefined commandments, suggesting that even harboring anger was a precursor to deeper transgressions. He offered a radical reinterpretation. Loving one's enemies and praying for those who oppressed you became the ultimate act of defiance against cruelty. Each teaching, rich with metaphor, challenged traditional boundaries and invited every listener to embark on a journey of inner revolution. The words transformed ancient principles into a vibrant call for personal integrity and societal renewal. On that sacred hillside, the revolutionary teachings interwove the symbolism of salt and light with the timeless cadence of the law fulfilled. Every element shone with promise and light. Indeed, every element shone with promise and light. In a quiet clearing on the hillside, the teacher presented a simple yet profound model of prayer. He urged his listeners to look upward, to greet the heavens with the familiar words, "Our Father in heaven," and to honor the divine presence that connects all souls. In this prayer, every word carried the warmth of familial love and a call to mutual care. He taught that this communication with the divine was not meant to be ritualistic, but a heartfelt conversation that nourished the spirit. Drawing upon nature's daily rhythms, he reminded his followers that just as the birds find sustenance and the lilies bloom without worry, so too does the divine provide for every need. He then emphasized, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness," a directive that called for prioritizing spiritual alignment over earthly anxieties. The simplicity of the prayer was paired with practical wisdom, urging every listener to cast aside worry and to trust in the divine's providence. He illustrated this by comparing the care given to the smallest creatures and flowers with the vast, attentive love that begins in the heart of the divine. This model of prayer was a heartfelt guide to kingdom living, blending trust, simplicity, and a deep awareness of the divine in everyday actions. The practical instructions were a call to overcome modern anxieties, encouraging a focus on the present moment and a steadfast belief in daily provision. As the sun dipped lower, casting a warm glow upon the hillside, the teacher's demonstration of prayer and practical living wove together a profound tapestry of faith. Every lesson intertwined reverence for the divine with tangible, everyday guidance for a life anchored in spiritual assurance. In the quiet aftermath, hearts lightened and souls emboldened, ready to embrace each day with renewed faith. As the afternoon light deepened, the teacher shifted his focus to a powerful parable about choice and foundation. He spoke of two gateways, one wide and easy, leading to chaos, and one narrow and demanding, guiding the faithful on a path of righteousness. He then illustrated his lesson with the story of two builders, one who constructed his home upon shifting sand, and another who built upon a solid rock. When storms came, the fragile house crumbled, while the sturdy home on rock withstood every trial, a clear testament to wise choices. The narrative underscored that every decision, no matter how small, could determine the strength of one's earthly journey and eternal destiny. He left the audience with a stark reminder: building on a firm foundation was not a luxury, but an imperative for true life. In that succinct parable, the choices before every soul were laid bare, urging all to reflect on the weight of their foundations. This lesson on narrow gates and wise building summoned a call to mindful living. Ultimately, the parable served as both caution and inspiration in one succinct breath. A final message resounded: build wisely. Every thoughtful choice powerfully shapes destiny beyond all measure. As twilight descended on the ancient hillside, the gathered crowd slowly dispersed, each individual carrying the weight of transformative words. The echoes of the sermon resonated through time, seeping into the very fabric of history and touching countless lives. Through the centuries, the teachings inspired revolutions, reforms, and acts of compassion that reshaped societies. Monuments, schools, and hospitals stand as living testaments to the enduring power of those ancient words. Every advance in human rights, every effort towards social justice, bears the imprint of that sacred message. The legacy of the sermon is woven into the tapestry of modern civilization, a continuous source of inspiration. Historians trace the roots of democracy, law, and freedom back to that hillside moment where divine truth first touched human hearts. Today, pilgrims from all corners of the world visit this sacred land, seeking to reconnect with its timeless spirit. The sermon's impact transcends history, echoing in every act of kindness and every brave stand for justice. Its legacy lives on in the hearts of those who continue to build a better world. The message endures, resilient and unyielding, a call beyond time. Its whisper is eternal. Forever, its boundless power inspires hope and unity. In the final moments of the journey, the serene hillside served as a reminder of the sacred past. The teacher's timeless words echoed among the stones and into the hearts of those present. Every observer was invited to reflect on their own journey and the transformative power of these ancient truths. The hillside, bathed in the soft glow of the setting sun, became a symbol of eternal hope. Modern pilgrims, carrying the wisdom of old within their hearts, gathered silently, each step echoing centuries of faith. This journey through time and sacred teaching was not merely a passage through history, but an invitation to live out its lessons every day. The sacred narrative called upon each soul to act with compassion, with courage, and with unyielding conviction in their purpose. In that enduring spirit, the legacy of the ancient sermon lives on in every act of kindness and every brave pursuit of justice. Those who have been moved by this timeless message are called to become bearers of light and stewards of truth. Let every step forward honor the teachings of that sacred day. May hope, unity, and unwavering faith guide all who walk this storied path. Live truthfully, act now.